This video shows you how to name decimals in expanded, unit, and word form. Now standard form is where we usually start, so we could have a number which looks like this, which is 29 hundredths. Okay? This is what standard form looks like. It is also sometimes called decimal numerals. Okay? Decimal numerals. There's also unit form, which breaks down what we have here. So we would have 2/10, 9 hundredths. So it's breaking it down into this piece and this piece. You notice that when we say this, it is 2/10, 9 hundredths, not 2/10 and 9 hundredths. We'll explain why in a moment. Expanded form is similar to unit form, but we are using the numbers and splitting them up. So we have 2/10, or 20 hundredths, plus 9 hundredths. And this is expanded form. Think of it as you're adding this piece to this piece and then potentially adding another piece. And word form is where you actually spell it out, such as 29 hundredths. So why don't we use the word and as we are describing this? That's because when we use math, the decimal is the same as and. So if we have this number here, we would say it as 2 and 35 hundredths. It's important to pay attention to that because you want to make sure that you are saying it correctly, because it will translate into different forms incorrectly if you're not saying it correctly. So let's look at a problem. If we start with 1,000th in standard form, we're going to have 0 and 0/10, 0 hundredths, 1,000th. Now for expanded form, it's going to be exactly the same because we are not going anywhere else with it, by which I mean we're not adding other numbers. Okay? And in word form, we would have 1,000th. So when we look at this form, we notice that standard form and expanded form are the same in this case as is unit form and word form. That will not always be the case. Okay? Try this as an example on your own. Okay? Take this number and then put it into the 3 different forms. As you interact with it, you might see questions in your work that say represent this number or write the different forms. It's all asking you to do the same thing. Okay, when I solve this, you want to notice a few things. For unit form, we broke it down so each unit of 10 is mentioned that we use. Expanded form, it looks a lot more complicated than it is. What I would strongly suggest doing is use your unit form and then turn that into an equation. So we start with 2 tens, so we have 2 times 10, 5 ones, which is 5 times 1, 4 tenths, so 4 times 1/10, 1 hundredth, which is 1 times 1 hundredth, 3 thousandths is 3 times 1,000. This is the expanded form that they're looking for. Okay? Keep unit form and expanded form as friends. It will help make it easier for you. Okay? And word form, we have 25, and notice that's where my decimal is, 413 thousandths. Try one more. This one we're starting in word form and converting it into the other 3. We have 404 thousandths. Okay, as we look at this, a lot of you are going to have made a mistake. When you look at this, you saw it as 404 thousandths. However, that and is not here, which means that this is a straight decimal. There's nothing to the left of the decimal. So in standard form, we have 0 and 404. In unit form, we have 4/10 and 4 thousandths. There's 0 hundredths, so I don't need to put that in. Remember, our unit form and our expanded form are friends. We have 4 times 1/10 plus 4 times 1,000th.